We're doing things a little different today. Not just a live demo review, but actually more of a hybrid video between Demo of the Week and an impromptu sequel to that NiKo video I made. Which is actually, it's more of a sequel to that Hobbit video I made. Whatever. You know what I mean. A player breakdown, a little bit of a deep dive. The demo is XANTARES on Inferno versus Dignitas. Let's get these lights on, let's get the green screen keyed, and let's make a banger. So why did I pick XANTARES? Well, I made this graphic on Twitter and realised that I need to see this level of dominance and just figure out how he does it and what things make XANTARES XANTARES. This is Demo of the Week. XANTARES is better than you. Let's get it.
Crosshair calibrated. Ready to fire.
XANTARES is known for his mechanics. Well, specifically, he's known for his peaks. The question is, how does he manufacture them? How does he make them happen? Sure, anyone can run out and headshot someone, get lucky, hit a 1 in a million shot, but nobody seems able to do it as consistently as XANTARES. The secret is, of course, crosshair placement and counter-strike. Realistically, it always is. When looking for CTs to pick off, XANTARES has a ridiculous progression of perfect pre-aims, starting with the angles closest to boiler and pushing all the way up to the pit positions and graveyard. It's actually mesmerizing, watching that crosshair stop in perfect synchronization with the counter-strafe, ready to rip the head off of any CT holding these default spots. Now sure, you might be saying, oh, but who plays all these angles? At some point someone does. There always is a player who plays one of these default corner angles, and that's the player who gets his head ripped off, opening up around, and 5v4s, we all know, about 80% of the time get converted, so it's a massive advantage having a player like XANTARES who can just step out and rip anyone's head off. We see the same pattern, that coordination of left and right hand when he clears apartments. This pre-aim onto the left side of the corridor is magnificent, and he does it on several occasions. Something else that's pretty cool to see is the next step in that progression is to hold the angle, at which point his crosshair drifts slightly to the right. Again, it's the perfect pre-aim, it's just a slightly different situation he's preparing for. Finally, here we get to see one of those pre-aims actually come to fruition as he comes back from a banana aggression, a banana sort of set play to actually clear top mid, and absolutely obliterates the AWPer sat on that exact corner. This combination of movement and precision is sumptuous. As a part of the pack, XANTARES does a brilliant job converting his team's deaths, or the space they create, into frags. His flicks are incredibly clean, snapping to targets almost as soon as they make themselves known. If you need evidence that XANTARES is one of the finest flickers in the game right now, watch this sequence. He's hitting 180 after 180, perfectly switching from angle to angle, pure ecstasy in Counter-Strike form watching this. When XANTARES doesn't immediately rip the head off with his first bullet, his ensuing spray is actually very clean and allows him to convert shots and fights against several opponents, but also against opponents playing in slightly off-brand, off-meta positions that kind of catch him out. A quick venture on the CT side, which was rather short-lived in this game, and we get to see XANTARES spraying with the M4A1S. It's gorgeous, it's brutal, and you do love to see it, though you'd probably hate to be that T-side. Finally, let's get into some movement specifics. XANTARES loves to grab info using strafe jumps, checking corners before swinging them, or trying to bait out shots from AWPs posted up. This idea allows him to gather info in post plants, checking to see the CTs rotating in through the CT spawn over the smoke, and kind of get a number, a gauge of how many CTs there are actually still here and still hanging about to be found once that smoke goes down. Another little gem I spotted is this jiggle. Initially you don't maybe think much of it, but when you realise why he's doing it, it becomes absolutely genius. He's expecting to be peaked, so he's jiggling backwards and forwards so that the opponent can't pre-aim and pre-fire him. He's constantly moving, and he's putting all his money in the fact that when that CT appears, he's going to counter-strafe and rip his head off before the CT can adjust to wherever he's actually ended up putting himself. It's not something he uses particularly often, but it is a really cool idea, and I thought I'd throw it out there just in case some people want to get creative with it. I think this is one of the cooler things I spotted in this demo in terms of his pure movement. Alright, that's the demo. Don't expect more of this kind of stuff from Demo of the Week. I simply had too much time this weekend, and XANTARES really inspired a little something special for this video. Yeah, if you enjoyed it, let me know. Leave a like, leave a comment, sub if you want to see more of this stuff, and yeah, that's all for this one. Before we go, thank you to my elite contenders as Lagian XL, my highest donating patrons. I appreciate the support, guys. Yeah, there we go. That's all for this one. Goodbye.